Hi there, everybody. I'm Luca Paris, and you're joining me on a culinary journey. I'm here with Chef David DiMarcato, and we are going to make an indoor clam bake with an Italian feel. David, how's it going today?
Great. Great to be here.
It's great to have you. Now, when we talked about getting together and working on the show, we've eaten at the restaurant, we've talked about
many
food.
times at this point.
Yeah, and we've had some great conversations. And one of the things David had just done was an indoor clam bake, or no, an outdoor
Actually,
clam bake.
a real one, an outdoor clam bake.
But, you know, the idea came up for the show is, well, if you want to do a clam bake in the winter, or if you don't have a grill, or if you don't have an outside, how to do it. And we're going to do it today.
That's right.
All right. So, basically, what we're going to be talking about today is doing that indoor clam bake, all these great flavors. And you know what? As I start every show, there's nothing else to say, but your culinary journey starts now. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. I'm Luca Paris. This is Chef David DiMarcato. And David, we're going to do a clam bake inside.
An indoor one, that's right.
Right. So, again, when we said hello to everybody the first time, we talked about the idea of bringing a clam bake to someone's house because you don't have a backyard or anything. But the traditional New England clam bake is what?
Yes. You actually go to the beach and you'll dig a pit.
Right.
Fill that pit with rocks. So you've got a 3x4 pit, good sized rocks, bowling ball sized rocks. Line the bottom of that. Build a nice fire in there. Let that burn for several hours till it's good and hot. In the meantime, of course, there's always some sort of beverage, which seems to be missing here today.
We'll work on that.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I want to reach there.
He wants to drink already. All right, keep going.
So once the stones themselves are hot, you've got all your materials by the side of by the water, preferably. You've got some rockweed, and you've got all your seafood that's ready to go on. Put a layer of this what's called rockweed. It's a seaweed that you may have seen. It's got little bubbles, air bubbles in it, and when that's put on hot coals, you get this amazing salt steam.
Right.
All your ingredients go on there. That gets covered with a wet tarp, and then a poly tarp over that, and then you just let it go for about an hour.
See, that's why we're doing it indoors. It's a lot more simple, and it's going to be just as good. So, David, let's start with our ingredients. Let's get them out of the refrigerator. We're going to have some lobster, mussels, clams, and some Spanish-style sausage. So that's what's coming.
Star of the show. Let's hope he doesn't walk away.
Yeah. Get back here. Or he could be the show. We could let him play.
And because you're doing a little Italian twist, we've got a linguica here, sausage. That's the milder of the Portuguese sausages. Chorizo would be the hotter version. We went with the milder one here. Excellent. And then we've got a hot and a sweet Italian.
Now what we're going to do to our little clam bake is we're going to get the traditional New England feel. And you know me, I like to bring that little Mediterranean twist in. So we'll bring some sausage and peppers to the table, and then some garlic bread. So we'll marry all these flavors together. And there's really not much better than lobster with garlic bread. You'll see why in a minute. All right, so we have that. We have some boiled potatoes that were partially boiled, and our clams and our mussels.
That's right.
So we have a lot of ingredients here to work with.
Can we see that? Does that
we
show
can bring that right
well?
over here.
Cool.
This is where they see everything, right here. Ta-da.
Great. Yep.
All right.
So
and these are some steamer clams.
We've got some steamer clams.
Yep.
And also some mussels. A nice touch sometimes if you actually are by the seashore. You've got some mussels that are going in. You know, you've been working hard already, and hopefully you've got that appropriate adult beverage. But just do some mussels in a pan with a little garlic and a little wine. I'm sure you've done that on the show before.
Wonderful thing.
There's nothing better than that to sort of get things going.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. You're going to get these in the pan.
Yep.
What we need. Do we need to cut up the sausage? Would you like me to do that?
As you can tell, because we've only got one lobster,
That's for me. Actually, this is the first show we're cooking for me.
This is going to be a single-person clam bake.
Right.
Now, a nice trick, if you you're
getting
doing
big.
more of these, is you can do in individual bags, individual pouches, if you will. Now, I asked Luca to get me an onion bag, and he got me an onion bag.
I don't kid around. I get the big
industrial,
onion bags.
but a smaller onion bag, and you can put all your ingredients in here. Now, unfortunately, it's a little late in the season, so I think the guys had trouble getting corn. But
Right.
you know, that's unfortunate. But that would be obviously more in the summer. That would be a traditional.
It's in the fridge.
It is.
Yes. Corn's in the fridge. This is going to be a long show.
Where?
Stay tuned. She says it's in the fridge. Just look for it.
All right. Well, anyway.
Oh, we'll get it in the next segment.
All right. So what you can do is for indoors is make up an individual pouches with all your ingredients. They go into a steamer pot, steamer basket.
It's in the fridge. I found the corn.
Cool. Get shucking, man. Get shucking.
No worries, I'm on there.
And just a steamer basket. We've got, you know, like they say, we're really cooking here, so it's live steam. Just shuck it off. A nice touch that I like, just to leave a little, just one little piece of the green on there.
Okay.
Get all the silk off. So like I said, with a bag, it's a nice thing, but with this size for one, because we've got our steamer basket, we don't really need it.
So now we're getting all our ingredients in there. So we're just dropping everything in and letting it all steam together. Takes about how long, David?
A little trick that we're going to do is we're going to put an egg in, a raw egg. I hope it's raw. Yep, it's raw egg. And as it turns out, an egg will cook steamed like this, and also for an outdoor clam bake, an egg will cook at the same rate as the lobster. Lobster's kind of the star of the show, so we don't want nothing worse than overcooked lobster. Typically, if this is a pound and a quarter, we're looking at about 18 to 20 minutes.
Okay. So
we'll have an egg in there.
Let's get them in there. So we want to get that in. Do you want this cut up at all? You said you wanted some of the green and nothing cut up.
Yep, that's fine.
Just like that?
Just take the.
Just take that off?
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing.
So let's
all right.
get the lid off.
What do you want to go in first?
Let's go with the lobster.
Lobster in first. Say goodbye.
Our buddy, bye lobster.
Just right in there?
Yep.
Bingo.
Just everything, because like I said, we could have been doing the bags here. Nice mussels. Some of the steamer clams.
Save the rest for another show. How
That's
about
right.
that? There you go.
All righty.
What's next?
Corn, if you want to whack off, you know, about.
Do you want rounds or you want it on
No,
the bite?
just maybe a couple 2-inch pieces.
Okay.
And that corn will just go in there.
I'm
Beautiful.
ruler challenged, but that'll work. There you go.
And the potatoes. Let's put a
And
couple
the
of potatoes in
we'll
there.
Put those in there too. All right.
Now, the only concession that we're making with the indoor clam bake is with the potatoes, because they will, steaming like this, they will take longer. So we parboiled them off. Typically, you would chill them down so that by the time they're warm, actually heated through, everything else will be right. Oh, secret ingredient, we got to put our egg in there.
All right, let's get our egg in there. Now, that egg's going to go in there. We're going to let this steam. By the time we get to the end of the show, we'll be enjoying our lobster clam bake for me, and David will watch me eat it. Okay, he's got this down. So we got corn, we have potatoes, we have our mussels in our steamers, our lobster, and we have our egg going in there. When we come back, we're going to get working on our sausage. We're going to get working on some shallots and peppers into the sausage, and David's going to do our garlic bread for us. Can't go wrong, so we'll see you in a culinary minute.